Hello, marry me. So, this video might make you annoyed at me, but please just bear with me because I might not be saying what you think I'm saying. So, really, I was discussing here the other day about Christian prayer and spells. Now, I'm definitely not the only pagan who sees Christian prayer as the same as spells. I mean, it fits right into the idea of magic. It is causing change to occur in accordance with will. It is causing this change to occur using spiritual means. And really, what is the difference between me lighting a candle and whispering a prayer to the goddess to end a headache or protect a friend, or a Christian doing the exact same thing to their God? It is magic, at least in my worldview. And this got me thinking. We as pagans get quite a bit insulted, and it's pretty understandable that we do when Christians say that no, the gods and spirits we work with and worship, they are demons. And I definitely understand the anger because it angers me too. I mean, these are the entities that I worship, that I have a relationship with, that I work and walk by the side of. And to say they are evil, they are demons, that hurts. But what I got thinking is that aren't the Christians that say this doing exactly the same thing as we do when we say Christian prayer is magic, or the Christian God is one face of the God, as many pagans say, or in other ways fit their religion into our paradigm? Because really that's what they are doing. According to many Christian beliefs, and there are not one Christian belief, there are actually several. But according to many of them, uh, there are only two sides. There are nothing else. It's black or white. Basically, you have either it's if you're communicating with a spiritual entity, either it is God, it is Jesus, it is angels, or in some groupings like the Catholics, if they are saints. If they do not fit into these three categories, they're demons. That is their belief. It is their paradigm. Now, for me, of course, being a pagan, now since I am a chaot, I do change around my paradigm a bit at times. But one of the ones I usually hold is that every god is an face of the god, the masculine guiding force of the universe. And as such, Jehovah, the Christian God, is one of these faces. And in fact, I have a relationship with the Christian God. It is, I have told the story several times on how I have communicated with him, how he has helped me, and how this is one of the gods I have a relationship with. And as such, I have fit that entity into my paradigm. And I imagine Christians will be just as insulted at me, a witch, fitting their God into my paradigm, than as I am with them fitting the gods I worship into theirs. Now, what I am not saying here is that it's wrong for pagans to see Christian prayer as magic, but I'm saying that we perhaps, if we're doing that, should have greater understanding when the same thing is being done to us. Basically, whatever you have the view that like I do, that there are no hard and fast truths when it comes to religion. that they are all just different ways to communicate with deity, and you have to find the truth that fits for you. Or if you believe that there is a truth out there that we can find, we all have paradigms. And by paradigm, I mean we have a view of how things then work. It is our religious setting. And it is pretty common among various religions to take other religions, other religious ideas, and fit them into the framework of our religion. We do this when we, for example, view Christian prayer as magic, or when we view Mary, the Virgin Mary, as a representation of the goddess, or Jehovah or Jesus as a representation of the God. Then we fit Christian ideas into pagan our pagan paradigm, whatever that paradigm might be. And really, the Christians are doing the exact same thing when they say, oh, these people are worshipping a god and a goddess. This is not the God that we know and that we believe is the only God in existence. And as such, what they are worshipping has to be of Satan. Now, yes, it could be put as an argument that what we do puts it in a more positive light. That we don't say what you are worshipping is evil, it's wrong, and so on. We just sort of finding a way to explain what they are doing according to our beliefs. Yes, and I do see that argument. At the same time, I've met a lot of Christians who have gotten extremely offended at the idea that I view Jehovah as one God in a pantheon, or even as one face of the masculine force. I'm also extremely offended that I view what I do as magic. But here's the point. I can't really view it differently because I don't see there is a difference there. To me, magic is using spiritual means to affect change in yourself, in the world around you, to develop spiritually, to commune with deity. All these things are magic. And I see that Christian prayer and ritual do exactly the same thing. They just have put another name on it. And as such, that's my worldview. And I feel a bit like it's hypocritical if I do this. And at the same time, I get massively offended and go ballistic if a Christian say, oh, but in my worldview, you have God and you have Satan, and if it isn't distinctly what my Bible says God, then it's Satan. And of course, I don't share their belief. I think they are 100% wrong. But I feel that if I am going to say Christian prayer is magic, I also have to accept that they say non-Christian spirits are demons. It has to do with the concept of not doing unto others what you don't want them to do unto you, and I will stretch that to say that if you do something to others, you have to accept that they do it to you. You don't have to like it, but you have to at least accept it, or else it is hypocrisy. Because really it is the same concept. It is looking at another religion and seeing that religion through the eyes of your own paradigm. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that it is wrong to do that, because everyone do that. I mean, I see everything through the light of the paradigm I am holding. But I have to accept that the Christians do it the same way. Now, what's not okay is when they say, you are evil, you eat babies, you do such and such and such. Because that I can distinctly say, no, it's not right. I am not evil. I live a pretty normal life. I just have a different religion than you. But when you get to the theological level, in their truth, deity that doesn't confirm with their Bible, their idea of the truth, are demonic. And in my worldview, communication with deity to attain spiritual, mental, or physical change are magic. And also in my worldview, every deity is at its core a part of the god or the goddess. And it's part of a huge pantheon. There are many gods, and I view the Christian God as one of them. It's like with various forms of African religions and also Norse religion. When they got introduced to Christianity, they just accepted those gods as part of their greater pantheon. Like in Old Norse, before we become a Christian nation, they spoke of White Christ. And it was just one more god. I mean, they believe that there are several families of gods, so, oh, one more. And to my pagan mind, this makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't to a Christian. And I guess that's what I want to get at. We all do this. We all view the world and religion through the lens of our own religious views. And it isn't any more right when I, as a pagan, say, yes, Jehovah, Jesus, and Mary are, to me, gods in a greater pantheon, and they are also part of the greater concept of the god and the goddess. It's no better that I do that than that the Christians say there are only two sides to it. There are no other spirits. So if it isn't God, Jesus, angels, the Holy Ghost, or possibly saints, it's demonic. It's all viewing it through the lens of your religious belief. Now, here's the thing. I do believe that it's much better to try to meet people with their own paradigm. Basically accept their beliefs for them, not for yourself, but accept that they have these beliefs and show tolerance. But we are all going to have our worldview and fit other things into it. And I don't think that we can do that. Basically, do this to the Christians, but then not accept it when they do it to us. So yeah, that was my point. I hope you haven't gotten too annoyed with me. Have a great day, and blessed be.